Okay. Put the link, so we're probably live. Anyway, probably live. So here we are on the weekly. We're adding weekly trend lines to prepare ourselves so that we can trade the Great British Pound, Aussie dollar. Because we need to, like, before we can do any trades, we need to know what's what. Things moving around. So let's just get to drawing. I've done so many of these, I'm getting good at it now. There's a trend line, if I ever saw one. Probably never ever going to see it again, but you never know. And lock it. I mean, there's a trend line there. You go from the bottom to another bottom, basically, and it's done. Let's move along a bit. So I'll start from that top and hit everything else that's a top. Look, there's one. Bam. Lock. Click. Click. There's a top. See those other tops? I can't reach them without, like this top, I can't reach it from here. Let's keep on going. There's another top. Nice and easy. And there's another top. So we draw the lines in on the weekly, and it looks terrible on the weekly, like a laser light show, but I don't know which top to choose there. I'm going to get that one because it's kind of higher. I can get that one, I suppose. That's probably all we'll ever need, because the price is never going to come way down there anymore. We should get some of these bottom ones, like that's a bottom. Let's get rid of some of our indicators so we can see the bottoms of the candles properly. So that top, can reach that top, so we'll do that line in. Click and zoom and click. Are there any more I can reach over there? I can reach that one and that one. Let's keep it going. Click. Get that highest one first. Lock it in. So this is what I decided to do instead of IT now. So I'm in control of my own destiny. If I trade well, I make money, but I'll never be made redundant by other people's decisions, only by my own. And so that's okay, so that's a good. We do some top ones. Let's do the bottom one. So we do from this line there to there. Missed. Luckily, I've got a slightly ergonomic mouse for these fine movements. Move along there. You're gonna hit any more over there? No, that's it. So we can also, from here, we can get this guy. You see how it kind of gets respected. So I'm drawing a line between this point and that point, but why is that thing hitting it and hitting it and hitting it? Because it's a magical line, that's why. Did that one get hit? Not really, I got hit up there anyway. These are just kind of guidelines anyway. Let's move further forward so those two can be joined. I hope this music's not too loud for people listening. Anyway, I'm only doing it for myself really, because I feel I work better when I have an audience. Should I connect that on that? It's already connected to that other one, so maybe that one, I don't know. That's enough of the top one. So there's nothing that he can hit that hasn't already been hit. I mean, you could hit that. where's trend line? There. So once I've done the weekly trend lines, then I'll do the daily value zones, then I'll do the 4-hour necklines, and then I'll be able to actually trade this thing. Wow. So much prep. But you only have to do prep like once a year for each instrument that you trade, so it's good. But I haven't done enough prep. I've got so many instruments. I've got like 40 that I'm going to trade. And I haven't done enough prep yet. That one go there. Do I need one there? Yes. Because it's gonna, even if I hit here, it might actually, price might actually get up there one day. Cool. That seems like enough weekly necklines. Let's stick them all in a group. Weekly trend lines, salt necklines, and they're already locked, so that's good. Now we move on to the daily. Go back to the beginning of time. Where's the beginning of time? There, where the dinosaurs. So daily value zones work that you have to have an S shape. I will show you when I see one. No, maybe. So here we've got we can draw a square. Hey, let me draw my square. The rule, I draw my square, and it has to go up to it, bounce off it, through it, down to it again, and then up again. It's like 5 movements, and it did. This is now a value zone on probation. So apparently the banks and whatnot, let me just measure it, make sure it's got to be less than 1.5%. It is good. The banks apparently find value in that zone. So when, wait, let me zoom out. When price hits it, they'll be like, oh, let's buy it or sell it. Don't see any other ones here. Let's go zoom into this so we can see. No, yes, no. And it's on probation because I haven't actually proved that it's used yet. Could be that it goes down, up, and they're not quite. They're pretty much flat, so no. I mean, it looks like a good level though. Anyway, that's not what we're here for. We go up. There we go. It's gone up, down, up, down, up. Yay. Give it a lock and measure it. Make sure it's not too heavy, not too big. 0.33%, all good. See here it's getting respected. I mean, that's a big zone there. It's too big. Let's carry on. Getting respected. So because it's been respected so much, I'm gonna promote it to an actual value zone. And let's find some more. See here we have an up, down, up. Value zone on probation. Measure it. 0.59%. There's a bit of a pause in the middle, so it might be fake. Give it a lock so I don't actually move it. Zoom out. Don't see any more in here. See the weekly trend line? On the daily is getting hit. So people are hitting that weekly trend line. Look, there's a head and shoulders. And then price should reverse down, but it didn't. So sad. Okay, and we're looking for value zones. Value zone. No. That one's kind of getting hit. I guess it can be promoted. It's getting through it, and then I don't know, it's what's consolidation there, but it's not really being a stopper or a magnet. None of these, none of these, none of... There we go. So the trick is it's got to have a little bit of white space between here and there. So it's like up, down, through, down, up. And that's value zone on probation. And locked. And just measure it to make sure it's 0.98, that's okay. There's another one, but it's probably too fat. 1.41, it's plausible. Probably 1.5 is the max. Lock that in. Is this getting respected? Look, getting respected. Bam. This one getting respected. Bam, respected. And through. Bam, respected, and through, and then back up again to magnet. So both of these can be promoted, I think. Well, we'll see later on if they're respected more. Let's find some more. That's one there. Up, down. Except here there's no white space. There's no actual white space there. So it's definitely on probation. I bet there's a up, down, up, down, up. That's kind of okay. We'll see if it gets respected or not by price. And that could be one. I don't really need to measure it because I know it's pretty. It's pretty. I didn't measure it. I didn't read it. 0.92. Okay. Wait, why are we zooming out and in like that? Oh, we're moving along. Okay, so look at that candle. Whee! What happened there? So this one's getting respected. Look, even though it didn't have any actual white space, price is just staying there. And same here, price is going up, drifting through it, going around it. We'll see if it gets more respected later. No. I mean, it's pretty respected there. Look, it's going boom, staying in it, mucking around, jumping out. Values on, promoted. Zoom out a bit. See, that could be one, but I bet it's too high. 0.73 is actually good. Okay. And this one doesn't quite have a up and down, up. And you could count that as up down, so we could do here. And how wide is that? That is 1.2. I guess it's okay. Everything's on probation until it gets proven. It's pretty proven there. Look, stop. Price goes in that. Okay. Proven, promoted. Down. I've already got values on there. You see how that's totally getting respected. Boom, boom, boom. So it'll help us in our future trades. That's not quite. I mean, that's a tiny, teeny value zone. Let's just zoom in on that. How tiny is that? Like 0, I think. It's almost 0. I just add it because I know it's getting respected there anyway. So almost 0 values on. Yay. Nothing else here, nothing else here, nothing else here. Zoom out a bit so it looks easier to read. So this is basically where I'm at now as I'm trying to be able to read this chart just like reading another language. I'm trying to go for here's 1.8 full immersion so that my brain just knows what to do. So that's all the daily, that's all the value zones done. Value zones. Now I go to the 4-hour chart and look for all the head and shoulders patterns. Like that. See, there's a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder. And a reversal, so it's a reversal pattern. And then we mark it in. And we'll change that to a neckline. Hold it. we could do another one here. I mean, there's so many you could valid necklines you could do, although that's got to be the shoulder because it's higher than that one. That could be a shoulder if you wanted to make that part of the head, but I won't. Yeah. Okay, there's another one, but it doesn't really have a shoulder. Wait. This one's going to be 75% the height of that, but it is not. Unless I do this neckline, which is the same as the one we just drew. So I guess we'll just leave it. Wait, is that a 4-hour neckline? Okay, let's just draw a new one. So you just lock it in. So we've got two pretty similar ones. So the idea is that that's a reversal, and whatever price that is, the price should come back down to there. I mean, it did eventually, but it took its sweet time. So that's pretty much okay. Good, but you see how it's respected? That line is now part of the future trade information. It'll help us pick. There's a giant M pattern. Help us pick if the trade is good quality or bad quality. There's a head and shoulder. There's a shoulder, head, shoulder, but the neckline's like up through the roof. I'm not gonna bother with it. A shoulder, head, and a gianter head. That could be a double head, head and shoulders. Let's zoom into it. Make sure it's wide enough. See, there's a shoulder, there's a head. Lock that in, measure it. So it's got to be at least 30 bars. It's 59 bars, that's good. See if it came to fruition before it came to its target, or at least close to it. The target's going to be there, and it's got to get to that level before it gets there, and it did. So that's a perfectly valid and fantastic head and shoulder. So that line is now in my system forever. There's another one. That's not quite one because it's got the higher head. This is one. No, it's not, because it's got to get it up, head and shoulders down, but it's got to up, squiggle, head and shoulders. I mean, could be. Let's have a look. Zoom in. Look it. Measure. I didn't measure enough bars. It's definitely 59 bars. Measure pattern. I don't need to do this, but anyway, it's good practice. So theoretically that level, this level should be before there, and it isn't, and arrived at before there, which it is. I'm going to say good enough. That's already locked in. Good. Okay. And you see that neckline, we just put it there, but it's respected in the past, it's respected in the future. Yeah, look at that. Oh, here. See, look. Boom, hit the neckline, close to the neckline. Amazing magic. And here's another one, but this one didn't. It's not a reversal because it didn't have any low price before, so we're just ignoring it. Da, 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 da. That is triple bottom. Could we say one of those is a head, perhaps? That's the highest point, so we could make that the head. So it'd be like from here to make that part of the head too, and then this can be the shoulder. That looks good. And of course it's going to get to pattern completion because the pattern completion levels are really low. I hit it easily. And save that. Now I guess we should try and we'll use the replay. Suppose we're doing replay for my course where I'm supposed to be going back in time and practicing. So I might do some practice on this instrument in a second. Click my neck clock. Okay, look, head down, shoulder, head, shoulder, up. Fantastic. See that 4-hour neckline we had before? It's just like hitting it, hitting it, hitting it, hitting it. That's enough, I think. So that's pretty much 4-hour necklines. So now if I go to the 1-hour chart and go to now, I've got this head and shoulders. This is our neckline that we just drew. This is a real live trade that hasn't happened yet, and each one of these bars is an hour. We're expecting it to go down to here, but we're waiting for our entry candle, which is going to be one of these, which are loading. Pin bar, activate, come on, look, it's spinning. So we're looking for an orange entry candle. We could have entered up there according to the Quasimodo trade, but it's not really, what is the word, down steep enough. So that's okay, we're there, we're waiting. I think I've set the alerts up already for the, no I haven't. So I set an alert on these. We want a bearish pin bar when it closes. So if we get the candle that we want, then it will send me an alert. Bearish means going down, because bears swipe down with their paws, and bullish means going up. Not inefficient candle. I'm being like, where's the tweezers? Did I delete the tweezers? Darn it. Tweezer reversal. Is that mine? Yeah, it is mine. And we'll just move that up to, so current trade should be up the top here. Tweezer reversal should be up here with the pinch bars and whatnot. And get rid of inputs and status line. Let's put an alert for that. We want a bearish tweezers, alert ones for bar close. So you can see pin bars look like that, and engulfing looks like this because it just swallows up the previous candle, and tweezers is like two pin bars in a, this is engulfing. I don't see any tweezers. So if we get a bearish candle, we'll know we can go into that trade. Bitcoin. Okay, so same thing. I think I've already gone there. There's so much drawings on here. Where are these drawings from? Go to brush. That was me thinking it was a head and shoulders. Let's get rid of all of these. Price note, trend line, delete. So we're going to go in here and do the weekly trend lines again. So back to the beginning of time, Bitcoin just loves to go up and up and up, doesn't it? Where am I? Zoom. So if we're going to draw a trend line here, I guess we're going to go from like, this will be the first low that I'll use. So it's actually a lot of work trading, more than I thought, but it is, you know, it's relaxing. But once you set this up once for each instrument, even though there's 30 of them, that's it for the year. You don't have to do any more setup, so it's going to be less work. But right now, it's a lot of work. Zoom out. There's no more, so Bitcoin has never got down to $3,000 again since 2020. Should have bought it in 2020, eh? So I'm going to take those indicators off because I can't see properly. I think that's as good as we're going to get with this is good because there's not much data for Bitcoin, so there's not much trend lines to draw on it. Let's get these two connected. And then we can connect that one and that one. And you see on all the YouTube videos they're saying, oh, Bitcoin is now below its 200-day moving average, so it's gonna go down forever now. So if we put the, what's on the daily, I guess, but was a moving average ribbon. I'm guessing this is the, I think it's the 50 on the weekly. Let's go into daily and see what the 100, yeah, see this. So they're saying every time it goes below this, is that the 2? They said the 200, right? Inputs, yeah, 200. Dark blue one is 200. So it's hit it, and now it's gone down. And they said the last time it went down below it, which is I guess here, it had a big down session, so that lasted, I don't know, before it started going up again, like 447 days. And they reckoned it was on the YouTube video, they reckoned it was the down session where it goes below that 200 is always about a year, and then the up is 10 years. But I don't know. I'm just doing what I learned in school. Wait, move back in time, move forward in time. What else can I connect? This guy. I can't get it. Yes. It's already connected. I'll do this guy. So back, we zoom in. Already that one, good. Okay. Any of these down ones I can connect. I mean, those two, this one. Wait, let's move this out of the way. I mean, what's that down one? That's the lowest one there. And what can it connect to without running through other candles? Not that, not that. Pretty much nothing. Just delete. Okay, so what can connect to these? That's a down one. That can connect to here. Wait, let's zoom back in time. That can connect to there. Hey, what happened to my music? I'm seeing what else I can connect. Oh, I'm on the daily. It should be on the weekly. Darn it. Delete. Delete. Shift delete. Back to weekly. Well, I've gone off track, man. Okay, connecting. These two can connect. That can't really. This can though. And then also I could connect this guy and him. And I could connect him and him. That's last week had a low apparently, and now we're on our way back up again. Woo! If I move this, will it run through the candle? No, perfect. If I move that, will it run through the candle? I'll just ignore that. Good enough. Any more tops I can connect these two, maybe? Is that a connection there? Could you call that a connection? Maybe. We'll find out. And then this is a couple of lows that could You mean a trend? I don't know. And of course this one and that one looks like a trend to me. I think that's it. Let's group them all together. Weekly trend lines. And now we're going to the daily and see if we can get some of those value zones. But I guess it won't matter much because it's always going to be really low at the beginning. It's very spotty there. Not a value zone. Too spotty, too jumpy. And we could just measure that to that and it'll say 21%. I doubt I'm going to find any value zones on Bitcoin according to the rules. There's one. 26%. Maybe I'm going to have to reduce my expectations because Bitcoin is so volatile. It's not really one there. There's one, but it's way too big, 18%. Because they say like Euro US is volatile, so you can allow 3% size maximum on that. See that neckline being respected. Well, I should have probably drawn the tree there anyway, so of course it's being respected. Silly me. That should probably be from there. The high is like really there. Relock. I don't see any value zones here except for a really giant one. I guess it doesn't matter because we're never going to hit them again, right? Unless it goes down to $3,000 again. Bitcoin is one of the most volatile things ever. I might try this one. 3.4%, we can handle that. So there's a value zone. It should be there to there. On probation. Lock. And there's today. So it might come back up to there. It'd be interesting. And it seems to be quite respected. He's hit it there, it's hit it there, it's hit it there. It's squiggled around it, so I would say that's my single value zone. But you got one. Can I group it on its own? Value zones. And then we'll see if we can find some 4-hour head and shoulder patterns on Bitcoin. Downce, I mean that's a head, you could call that a shoulder. Why should I say downce? I should be positive and not negative. That giant thing's a head, that's a tiny shoulder and a tiny shoulder. Neckline. And that's a head, shoulder. Neckline is going to be right there, down. Let's not measure. I want this there, down to there, and store. Maybe actually move that up a bit there. Have a drink. Is that neckline getting respected? Not really. Maybe it will one day. That could be a head and shoulders with a steep neckline there. Yeah. Let me just measure it. 38 bars, that's legit. And I'll do all the measurements to make sure it actually comes to a matches the rules. So that's the beginning, that's the end, and the target is there. Kind of was at the beginning, and it just missed the end, so it's stretchy if anything. And that neckline is getting respected though. Zoom out a bit. Is that a Head and Shoulders? Not really, no. Okay. There we go, that's a pretty one, but it might not be a 4-hour legit one. Wait, zoom in. Sorry for the jittery camera. So you may or may not see it, but that's a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder. Like a guy peeking his head over the wall. And that's, wait, did that reach profit? It didn't really. Because of that value zone, I guess. Like it reached almost there, so it's good enough. And that neckline, look, is getting hit there, hit there, so it's pretty respected. And that's what we're doing them for, is to get respect later, as to, what is the word? To be able to watch out for them in the future. That'll do, because I mean, if we zoom out, it's unlikely that I'm going to get, the price just goes up and up and up. If I do a neckline down here, it's going to have to be a really steep up one, and there's a good one there actually, so zoom into this. What? Whee! See? Shoulder, head, shoulder, I don't know, that's a shoulder. We'll call that a shoulder for no reason. Is that the right measurement? 108 bars, that's fine. That's all we need for now. I mean, that could be one. Is that one? No, because that's kind of a, if we ignore that wick, it could be a Head and Shoulders. And then did it go to profit in time? I don't know. In my last job I was all keyboard, and now I'm all mouse. I don't think that went to profit. Let's have a look at it. Measuring time, 41 bars, and time dilation, target. It's supposed to get to here, and it did. Okay, and it was there, so that's perfect. Okay, enough. Go back to the 1 hour. Go to the end of time. So now we've got all that info in, we can decide whether we want to trade it, and there's nothing to do. So let me just pack all those into a group, which is 4 hour necklines. And weekly trend line should all be locked as well. Lock. Okay, next instrument in our list. Look, that's the Head and Shoulders. Wait, so this is the Head and Shoulders? Because look, it went down. It's an inverted Head and Shoulders right here. Ooh. So we could actually get out of this. And there is a value zone right above us. A 4 hour neckline up there. Did it get respected? Not really. It just got hit twice. Let's add on the... maybe we can buy some Bitcoin. No. Yeah, Bitcoin. I said ping coin because I was thinking of ping candle. So, and that's a weekly trend line there. So it's bouncing off that for sure. Got all these blue candles. I think we can just go in this straight away. So let's see how far. the target is. Wait, and go from here to there. So has it reached target during this time? It has not. So it's probably not going to go all the way up to target. It's probably only going to go up to like there, but this is let's draw a line here. That's as high as it's going to reach, so we'll just give it a funny color, orange. That's probably as high as it's going to reach if we go there. Because it's going to hit, and then hit again lower, and then we got this. So if we, and then all these blue candles mean we can go in right now. Was a trade. Let's zoom in. I would go in at the bottom of that blue candle. So let's do a buy. Actually, you know what? Before we do it, we'll use our calculator and do it properly. So that's the entry for buying, and then that's where we're going to put our stop loss. So, and our spread is 44 pips. So let's type in 44 pips, and I'm going to guess this is 0 decimal places. And we've got to go 87437.5. And 88023. So our entry is going to be 88,024. So we'll do our trade here. Limit entry is going to be there. Copy the stop loss down to here. And our take profit we're going to put in manually. It's going to be basically where that line is, like there. We're not going to bet 27% of our account balance. We will bet $1 because we're learning, my bro. Oh, we can't, because Bitcoin is so expensive. The minimum we can bet is $1,000. Yep, not going to do that, sorry. Oh, that's margin Aussie. Oh, risk Aussie dollar. Okay, we're going to bet $1. We're going to bet $5, $10. There you go, $10 we can bet. So if it goes long, we lose $10. If it goes well, we reach 57. There's some news coming up. Is that expensive? Is that like retail sales? That's PPI, that's American. So that is pretty important, and it's coming up at 11:30 tonight. So I can't really go in because that's, I'll put it in at midnight just so I can remember what it is. 3-star. So that means we have to get out before 10, 11, before 9 p.m. So if we do go in, I have to get out by 9 p.m. Do I feel good about this? I mean, that's a pretty nice head and shoulders. There's another news here. Durable goods, building permits, those are not, so I think they're 2-star. I don't know, I have to find out. Where's the economic calendar? Economic calendar. Which one do we like? Not FX Street, not. Which one is the one we like? Not investing, not Bloomberg. Forex Factory, yeah. So we've got today, filter. Don't care about currencies, I only care about USD basically, and that's it. So we've got there's 3-star, and that's 3-star 11:30 on Wednesday. It's currently Tuesday. So we've got 11:30 tonight, a lot of 3-star news, so we can't basically trade any US tonight. So, I mean we can, but we have to close it by 10, 11, 10, 9, 8 by 8 p.m. Well, we'll get some money out of it, but is it worth going in? I'm risking $10 to get maybe another $10. Like if it goes up to there, we'll get $12. I'm not going to go in, I don't think. I will put a pretend trade in there so that I can know if I would have been good or not. And we'll just copy the values in there. Entry. Take profit. Actually, I'm going to take profit. I'm going to do my own. Take profit is going to be up there. We'll see if it would have made it, but I can't trade it because that news is there, so that's the rules. Okay. All that work for nothing. Next one, that's a Head and Shoulders, and it's Ethereum. Ethereum and Bitcoin look basically the same look. Okay, back to our weekly trend lines. Whee! We can connect those two. Weekly trend line and lock. What highs can we connect? That one and that one. Why not? This can probably connect with that, maybe. So they said in the class just connect significant lows with other significant lows and significant highs with other significant highs. So that's a pretty good one there. Like this one. I'm doing all these giant up ones because I know that the price is going to go up, up, up. So if I zoom out, oh look, it's hitting it there, hitting it there. I'm going to do one here, look. Backwards. I'm trying to remember how the controls work on my mouse. Okay. That looks like a good one. So if it ever crosses that, we'll know. Let's turn off the alerts again and indicators for the candles. Can that do anything? We go from here to there. Is that gonna cross? It is gonna cross. That looks like a pretty good one because it's hitting there and there. And that's a pretty nice downward one there. That bottom and that bottom. I mean that bottom. And then these tops can be connected. Actually really easy with Bitcoin and Ethereum because there's not much data. Like those ones are going back to 2000, these are going back to 2020. I think that's pretty much all the weekly art that's supposed to be out here. Unlock. I missed it. I went to go there. Done. Okay, hook them all up into a group. Weekly trend lines. Anything else I can see that's a line there, maybe? From here to there. Why not? And stick it in the group. And I mean there's stuff here, but unlikely to ever get hit. I mean, that's one there, I guess. If we go zoom in here, we can connect that high and that high. Stick it in the group. I think that's it. Oh, there's one there, look. That high and that high. And it's ever gonna hit. Yeah, it looks good. Like that's actually put a trend line right here, and now it's bounced off it. See that trend line is way back from 2022, connecting 2023, and here we are in 2023 is getting hit, and here is getting hit, and here is getting hit, and now we're bouncing off it in 2025. Fantastic stuff. I don't know why. I don't know how it works. I just do what I'm told. Wait, with that trend line, I think that's a weekly trend line. I should probably go in the list. Let me just go to it. Oh, that's not the right word. Go to trend line. So this one. Oh, that's good. Yeah, so that should be in the group, not underneath it. So now we go to daily, and we go back to the beginning of time again, and we look for value gaps like this one. Value zone. See, that's not one, because it's got to go, it's not, none of those are right. Anyway, zoom out a bit so I can see better. That could be one, because it's like a up, down, no, it's gone below it. I mean, you could say if that's the down, no, it's got to go up. That could be one. You could draw it from there to here. Actually, I've got to measure it. %. It's really big. It's supposed to be like less than 3%. I'll make an allowance because it's so volatile. There you go. Oh, there's one. How big is that? Is that less than 5%? I didn't measure it properly. There to there. That's a good one. See, 1.3%. It's already been respected there. See, this would be one, but it's way too big. 8.5%. Hasn't been respected anywhere else, that one, so it might not be that great. This one's kind of respecting it. And there's, I guess it is. I mean, even though it's giant, it's been respected. It's value zone it. Not yes, maybe like it's up, down, yeah, could be. Measure first. 3.5, I guess it's bearable. We'll just do it from here. And it's not, it's on probation. Lock. Is that getting respected? Not one. Could be. See, here's one. 9% is too much, man. I'm gonna put it in anyway because I don't know what minimum size I'm supposed to use for crypto. That's way too fat, I think. I mean, it's getting respected and all, but this one almost got respected there. And now we're in it right now. I'm gonna delete that one. There's one there. Is it getting respected? I mean, yes, kind of going up, down, right in it, and hitting it there. So I'm gonna promote that one. This one, did it ever get respected? I mean, it's getting respected there, and there, and there. Okay, yeah, it's a good one. Okay, so we've got a few value zones. And now we go to the 4-hour necklines, which takes the most time, I think. To go to the end first. There's the end. What's this stuff up here? I gotta delete all that, I think. We can just find it here. Fib. Delete. Okay. Beautiful. I don't want to delete stuff that I don't actually want to delete. See, look, I bought it here and sold it there. I made a little profit. Yay. See, that's a giant Head and Shoulders, but it's just a up and it's just a bleh mess. And then now it's going to go down to this line, I'm pretty sure, but this is the daily. I don't want to wait a million years for it to hit that line. So yeah, my prediction is Ethereum will go down to 2,169 US dollars. That's 2,900 right now. So there you go. You heard it here first. But I'm not going to bet money on it. Now it is time for 4-hour Head and Shoulders. Looks like a Head and Shoulders to me. Doesn't really have a run up though. I have to zoom out so we can see properly. There we go, a run up, but then it never gets hit. It's just a lot of messing around there, see? This is like a zone that it likes to be in, which is between 2,700 and 2,377. There we go, Head and Shoulders finally. I don't think it's big enough though. It's the Quasimodo. What if I ignore that and go through here, neckline? See, I'm making up my own rules now because you're not supposed to draw it through things. And it reached and here it is getting respected. Okay, what else we got? Zoom out. Double head. It's very volatile, man. Look at it jumping around. I'd call that a continuation Head and Shoulders. Here's a shoulder, a head, shoulder, and then we blop. But not a reversal Head and Shoulders. I'm just making these terms up. There's a reversal. Where are we going to go from here? That's the shoulder. Where's the other shoulder? Is it that tiny thing there? Or is it this? Well, then it never reached. That's too big. I want to roll that way, zoom in. Okay. Let's see how legit this is. We'll go from here to there. Kind of reached. Oh, I did reach it, so yeah, okay, we'll keep that. 4-hour necklines. There's another one. Not really. Okay, there. It's a very visual video. If AI tries to say, oh, let's give a summary of this video, it's going to be like this there, that there, nothing where. He went down, shoulder, head, shoulder, up. And then this is another one where it's gone up, shoulder, head, shoulder, kind of. If I draw a neckline there, it's going to be the wrong way. I'll just leave it. Looks good enough to me. I've got necklines everywhere now. That's the Head and Shoulders, but it's like really tiny shoulders, so I wouldn't probably trade that in real life. So, but anyway, here it is. I'll go that. And it looks the neckline is getting respected, so that's great. And I think I'm about done. Zoom out. Not a Head and Shoulders. Yes, a Head and Shoulders. So I would say on Ethereum it looks like the shoulders can be really tiny. I think that'll do for now. So this is pretty much 4-hour neckline. So we've done Ethereum, great. Let's go back in time, because we're doing February. Let's do Bitcoin and back in time. Now that we've filled it in, let's see if we can get some replay trades in there. This is like training ourselves. Going back to February 1st, select. So we've gone back in time. We're looking for reversals on the, not on the 4-hour, on the 1 hour. Like an M. It's hitting around that. You see this value zone is just sitting around it. It'll shoot out of it any second now. There we go. Is that going to be a W trade? Would we be able to trade this at this time? It's 4 p.m. Yes, we would. Wait, we've got to group all that as our current trade so we don't accidentally delete it later. And lock it. Bop. So here I'm looking at a W trade where it goes boom, bounces into a W. And we're going from there to here. Actually, I've got to do there to here to see if that's no, I don't know how to do it. Here to there, and then that's got to be so that's a legit W. So we'll use our calculator. Another price note here. So this is, we'll just keep that spread from before. Bottom is 94,834.2. 94,834.2, and neckline is 96,431.8. Our entry is there. So we put in our pretend trade. Entry. Stop loss is there. Take profit is there. So we're practicing for I want to grab that, but that's I want to grab the price tag, but the long position's in the way. Let me just minimize and get rid of it. Put the long position back. So we can do a buy. At this point we do our buy, and we'll buy 1 Bitcoin. Woohoo! At a stop buy, which will be entry price, copy. I'm not really buying a Bitcoin, I'm just I wish. I mean, I'm happy, like I'm on replay mode, so it's just, see, replay. Not really buying 1 Bitcoin. Freaking me out there. So we put a buy in order in, so if it gets to there, it'll buy it. And now an hour goes by, it's 5 p.m. Now we're in the trade and we're losing $46. And now we're losing more, 200, 400. I'm glad I didn't do it by item. I forgot to use the candles. Turn the candles on. Beep, 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 beep. They're really helpful. And the MA ribbon, why not? So we're expecting it to shoot up to there. I've got all these down candles. Got 2 up candles, and now, and it's got a, we've got to put that timer in here, which is, we've got to get there before that time. Otherwise we close the trade. 2 down, I'm out. So I just lost how much percent? I don't know, 0.5%. What would I have betted in real life? I don't know. So sad. I forgot to close position. I forgot to put the stop loss in. Anyway, yeah, that wasn't good. I should be documenting this in our trading journal. I've got so many trading journals, I'm not sure which one to. I wouldn't document it while I'm streaming. Well, I should be. Can I pause the stream? I don't know how to pause it. Wow, there's only a stop. Okay, we'll just carry on playing around. And activate super speed mode. Yeah, of course it gets there eventually after it stops me out. Welcome to the wonderful world of trading. So looking for some kind of reverse. It hasn't got off that trend. Oh, it's got off it now. Yay. So here's our head and shoulders. I would go with there. Maybe this can be the shoulder. And we want to get up to there. So we're waiting for the shoulder to form, and we're waiting for that. We'll call that the shoulder. Hasn't formed yet. No. There he goes. We've got a shoulder. We've broken the trend line. It's got a retest, and now we're looking for a candle to get us in. That's an engulfing candle, really, but it didn't come up. Was my engulfing candle sign on? Yes. Because it's not okay. The pin bar is pointing down. It hasn't been. There you go. So now it's going to come back down again. Give me another chance to get in. Indecision candle. Down pin bar. It's just because it's hitting that zone. That's why it's just playing around on that zone. It doesn't know if it wants to go into it or not. Oh, there was our entry candle. So that's an entry. It's an engulfing candle. The price went past it, so we can get in now. And then, of course, where do we put our stop loss and where's our target? So target's going to be way up there. Whoa, I didn't mean to delete it. It's never going to reach that because look, it's just, hey. Let me just go to Christian Trends again. Okay. I doubt that and there's a weekly neckline. It's probably going to, see that weekly neckline, it's getting hit all the time. It seems to be overall on a downward trend. It's hit this. It's broken through the value zone, and then it's just stayed in it for ages, and it's gone below it. Is it going to reverse back up through it? Doubts. What I would do here is bet 0.1 and put my stop loss. And I wouldn't enter it because look, there's a down candle, down candle, down candle. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down candles and 4 up candles. I'm not going to enter. I'm just going to keep seeing what happens. There's another up candle. There's a giant down candle. It's bouncing off the zone, look. I'm just sitting on the zone. Come on. There's a neckline. Is it going to go through the neckline? It's slowing down. It's bouncing off the neckline. It's sticking to it. Maybe I should have done it. Maybe it does have enough reversal power to get up there. Let's just see when how long the trade's gonna live. So it would be up there now, but I haven't entered it anyway, so I doubt it'll make that target. It's making the target. Look at that. It made target. I was just too scared for no reason. Ha! So sad. And then it went, there's a target, and then it went straight down. Cool. That was exciting. Should have gone in. Okay, let's find a new entry. Oh, that's going to be a W. No W's on this one. And now we're going down, and now we're going to hit. Let's see what we got. That's a tiny Head and Shoulders. I wouldn't call it a great big one. Oh. Okay. Everyone's saying that. Might be true. Probably is. Yeah, everyone's saying the stock market's going to crash. That's why I want to learn trading so I can handle the crash. I think that is too narrow. It's got to be 30, 21. So we could probably trade this on the 15-minute time frame. So that's a shoulder, that's a head, that's a shoulder. And then we're waiting for our entry signal, and our target is going to be way up there magically. I keep on pressing delete by accident. Oh wow, how's it going to get there? Oh no, wait, that's supposed to be here. What? It's like that doesn't make sense. Okay, so target's up here, if anywhere. So we did the break. This is the trend line. We had the break, we had the retest. We're getting some entry candles right now. Let's go in, my bro, and that's a higher low, higher low, higher low. So we'll just use that as the low. We're going with our little long position right now, and just put it a little bit higher than that. And target is up here. Maybe we should just use that as a target, that the body there. So we do it a little bit low, so we've got more chance of actually getting in. And we'll actually pretend to buy one whole Bitcoin just for fun. Move the stop loss down here and the take profit up there. And confirm. Do we have any worries? We have to worry with that line as resistance. I guess we're fine. Let's go play it out. Oh, so close. Ah, loss. Look, the one I didn't choose wins, and the two that I choose, losses. What? Why? So this is my new secret plan. Okay, so it's going down. I'm gonna wait for it to start going up, and then we get a reversal down. See, that's a neckline there, 4-hour neckline. This is my neckline that I just drew. I need to get rid of all that. I'll run the 15-minute chart and to go to the hourly chart. It's on a big downward bender right now. Whoa, and then that must have been a weekend. Monday, 8 a.m. Yeah. That's the thing with crypto, you will trade on the week. There was an M trade and I missed it. Anyway. Okay, that is a Head and Shoulders, and I've already missed it. See, like shoulder, head, shoulder, and they can be flat shoulders with Ethereum. Now we're looking for down. Okay, we've got a shoulder, got a head, got another shoulder, Now it's going to reverse up. Draw the neckline in. Is that the neckline there? It hasn't been retested. That's the head, the shoulder, head, shoulder, and then I've got to wait for it to touch to get close to the neckline at least. Okay, there was an entry candle. There's an up. So what are the chances of it getting back up there? Where's the target? There's two weekly trend lines here, which will stop it going down there hopefully. And we want to get up to here. So if we go in now, can we get a 1-to-1 risk on that? See if we go down here is that 1-to-1 is 0.97, close enough, right? I'll go down to here. So the 50-50 is 1-to-1. So I buy a Bitcoin right now. I've got two entry candles here. I've got that line, which seems to be a pretty strong resistance line. Let's just draw a. Let's go back in time. See, it's been hit there. It's been hit there, so it's a pretty strong resistance line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bounces off it. Let me just write it in there. So that makes it sad, but we've already had how many times? Okay, looking in the past, it's got 1, 2 through, and then 1, 2 through. So it's like 2 bounces and through, and we've had 2 bounces, 1, 2. So this time it should go through, right? According to the pattern. And there's a necklines there, and these are necklines here. Okay, let's buy another Bitcoin. Hopefully we'll make some money this time. Stop loss down here. Take profit up here. Confirm. And do we win or do we lose? Not doing so well so far. And the time for it to win is from here to there. So if it gets to here, we have to close the trade anyway. It's crossed the resistance line, but it hasn't really. So there we have to close the trade, and we make, I don't know, $1. Like, how much do we, if I close, I make $889 after losing $6 grand twice. Okay, so the rule says to leave it out. Are we getting any good higher high, higher low, higher low, higher high? I reckon it'll carry on going, but I've got to follow the rules and cut my losses. Of course, if we play it now, it's going to go up to the top, isn't it? Nope, it's just doing nothing. We're doing a good job following the rules. Okay. Let's carry on playing the game. Is that a head and shoulders down? No. It's coming up to those weekly necklines again. We're on 1 hour, yeah. Need more water? Run out of water. What is that craziness? So volatile, man, these cryptos. What? Look at how volatile that is, man. So that's a head and shoulders. Is it gonna go back and eat up that gap there? But look at the volatility. That's one candle, and that's one candle. Are we doing the right which I just deleted something. Deleted an indicator, I think. Okay, put it back again. So that is 24 bars. So it's not even Not even another jib pattern, so we'd have to trade it on a 15-minute. It's got to be at least 30. There's that weekly trend line that's hitting. There's another weekly trend line in our way, blocking us from getting up there. I don't think it's a good trade. I'm gonna ignore it. I wouldn't. Luckily, this thing, there's a weekly trend line, and there's a 4-hour neckline as well, both in our way. So not a trade. Carry on. Not gonna go back up to here. It's gonna carry on going down. Alright, look at that. And then it goes up, of course. The dream is so volatile. It's following the 4-hour neckline there. And it's not going past that neckline, it's just staying there. It's gone past it. Is it going to reverse down? Oh, it's gone over all the necklines. Everybody likes Ethereum now. I don't see any reversal patterns yet. Maybe we need to be on the 4-hour for Ethereum. Okay, we're in May. I'm going to give up. That was a fun. Oh look, I'll just play this bit. There's a double top at the value zone and about to hit that weekly trend line, and it's not. It's gone down. Why did it go down? I don't know. Hitting that value zone again. Hitting that weekly 4-hour. Hitting the weekly trend. I've pushed up through everything. Everybody wants the price to go up. And that's a head and shoulders reversal. I'm gonna go have a break now, I think. Whoops. I did not mean to do that. I meant to do that. Last trade, and I'm gonna go have a break. That's not even a head and shoulders, because look, that's gonna go higher. I would not take that either, because look, you got a 4-hour neckline here. It's going to push it up. You got that zone. Yeah, the 4-hour neckline pushed it up. Look, but you see how good the preparation is. You know that that's going to happen. Cool. Thank you for watching.